Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Rory Polero, in for Matt Hummel. Happening now, a Washington, D.C. man is facing boating while intoxicated charges following a boating accident on the 4th of July.
Plus, how state officials are trying to make this holiday travel a little easier. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with a live look at our forecast. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Rory, and happy Friday, everybody. We hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July, and we had rain that kind of almost hindered our fireworks last night, but they all faded away before the fireworks happened, so that was good news. Now, really nothing showing up on First Defense Doppler, but look right down here in Chautauqua County. You can see those pop-up showers and storms starting to flare once again, and this is going to be the case throughout the day again today. The humidity is very high, and with the humidity that high and the sunshine, it's not going to take much to make these pop-up showers and storms pop. So, because it's going to be warm today, might not be a bad idea to get out on the water, but again, with a chance of thunderstorms in the forecast, just be aware, keep the radar handy on your phone, make sure that you have a way of getting watches and warnings, and head in port when you hear thunder and lightning. 72 is the water temperature off both Buffalo and Erie. So hour by hour, temperature should at least make it into the mid to upper 80s, but with the humidity, it's going to feel a lot warmer than this. Heat indices possibly 87 to 93 degrees. Now you see this big drop off in the temperatures. That is where the computer is suggesting we'll see the rain possibly this afternoon going into this evening. We'll time out those rain chances plus the weekend forecast later on in the show. Justin and Roy?
Alrighty, looking forward to it. Dakota, thank you. Our top story, a Washington, D.C. man is facing BWI charges after the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office said he operated his vessel while intoxicated. 42-year-old Matthew Lockwood allegedly struck another vessel while boating near the Chautauqua Institution's sports boat dock. Deputies said when interviewing Lockwood, he allegedly smelled of alcohol. After failing a standard field sobriety test, deputies arrested Lockwood for boating while intoxicated. They said a chemical test revealed Lockwood's blood alcohol content was 0.19%. Lockwood is charged with BWI per se, an unregistered vessel.
And a Jamestown man is facing charges following a narcotics investigation by Jamestown police. 31-year-old Lucas A. Smychek is charged with second-degree obstruction and third-degree felony possession of a controlled substance. Police said Smychek was also wanted by New York State Parole and had other outstanding local warrants. Officers responded to a call of a suspicious vehicle and possible narcotic activity just before 7 Wednesday evening at Cherry Street and West 8th Street. Police said that the vehicle in question tried to flee the scene upon their arrival, and they attempted a traffic stop, and the suspect fled, jumped out of the car, and left on foot. He was shortly detained, and police said he refused to comply with commands and was forcefully apprehended in the area of Lafayette Street and Isabella Avenue. Police said Smychek also allegedly tried to conceal and then throw a large quantity of narcotics with intent to sell.
And a 58-year-old woman was taken to ECMC Hospital for evaluation after she was hit by a firework at a Bayshore Drive house on the 4th of July. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office tells us that a woman was hit by a firework allegedly lit by her neighbor. Deputies there said the investigation is currently ongoing. No charges have been filed yet in the case. Meanwhile, the city of Jamestown man was arrested after he allegedly stole his neighbor's license plates and then discarded them in a dumpster Thursday at Berkman Park. Police responded to a report of a larceny complaint on Barrett Avenue. Their investigation revealed that Donald Myers Sr., no age given, allegedly removed and discarded the plates. He was charged with petty larceny and fourth-degree criminal mischief and taken to Jamestown City Jail, where he was held on bail.
And Thursday marked the 243rd Independence Day, which is the anniversary of when the Continental Congress declared American colonies were free states. Locally, a number of parades, fireworks, and other festivities took place. And this is video from Mayville, where hundreds battled the heat to show off their patriotic pride. In total, the National Retail Federation, Americans generally spend $7 billion on picnics and cookouts from now until Sunday. And in case you missed out on the fun, don't worry. A number of fireworks displays are still scheduled for this weekend. Some of the big ones include Salamanca's Seneca Allegheny Casino and Peak and Peak Resort display tonight at dusk. Saturday, Midway State Park will host their fireworks show at 10 p.m. and Sunday, Holiday Valley will have a show following the BPO concert.
Yeah, a lot of fun, certainly, this past 4th of July on Thursday. So hopefully everybody got to enjoy at least a little piece of it out there.
Well, I went to a couple of years ago to the one at the casino, and they were amazing. We sat on the hill by the parking lot, and they looked like they were 2 feet from you.
And you know what's cool is usually a lot of the fireworks displays in this area are pretty well done. I mean, sometimes they have music with them, and it usually comes out pretty well.
When I was a kid, we used to go to Cherry Creek. They used to have the biggest 4th of July celebration in Western New York.
Yeah.
Bigger than Buffalo, bigger than everybody. I mean, it was big enough that they would have Buffalo Bills and Buffalo Sabres coming down to be in the parade.
Really? Wow, that's amazing.
And it just was it was the best fireworks time we ever had. I loved it.
Yeah.
Parades, games, food. It was a traditional 4th of July, and I miss it.
And you know, Mayville's parade yesterday seemed like it was pretty long. I mean, a little over an hour. They had Starflight as always flying over, and really, really cool festivities and really put together, honestly. And I think that you know, minus the heat, I think that was probably the only thing, and that's uncontrolled by officials.
Better the heat than the rain or the snow.
Yeah, exactly. So just as long as everyone stays hydrated, of course, and Chautauqua County Executive George Varela there,
Running.
very energetic, yelling Happy Independence Day to us all, and a lot of great groups. So we thank them for putting this on, and you know, some of the bagpipes. They're some of my favorites. The music coming out of 4th of July. Really incredible. If anyone wants to check out the parade, you can do that. You can just head on over to WNYNewsNow.com. We have a link to it. And here on Facebook as well, we have a live stream of the parade that ran, so you can rewatch that as well. So hopefully everyone is having a good Friday. Do you work today? Because we are.
No.
Matt isn't.
Well, Matt is just
He
not
is.
here.
He's just not here. That's true.
I'm sure he'd rather be doing this.
He'd probably actually. But hello to Cindy. Hopefully you are doing well. And yeah, it certainly was a long but very good parade. Samantha, hello to you. She says Philly's fireworks were pretty nice. Let's see. Mike is here as well. Hello, Mike. Hopefully you are doing well. Mike says he still has 10 fingers, so that's good.
Us too.
Michael, good afternoon to you. David, hello to you. Sue, hopefully you have a nice day as well. Lori is here. Butch is here. Let's see. Zach is watching. Hello. Jason is here. Cindy, Joanna, and Patricia are all here. Hopefully everyone is having a good day. Connie says the team that puts the parade together always does a great job. Absolutely hats off to them. Couldn't really ask for anything more, and I know that a lot more fun stuff, too, as we mentioned, is going to be happening this weekend.
Well, what are you planning on for the weekend? I'm trying to get some fishing in.
I'm trying to rest, actually. Yesterday was very busy. I don't know why holidays are always so busy. Like, you have to, you know, it must have been the heat, because I woke up really tired this morning.
Well, there's no rest for the wicked.
No, that's true. And I did go to the Mayville parade and, you know, shot that, so that was long. And
well, it's a good.
Not to complain.
It's a good weekend. For me, Independence Day is always time to reflect on what we were and what we're becoming.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get my patriotic cockles up and say we need to make some changes.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and you know, and really, we are, you know, grateful for what we have, you know, in this nation. So, you know, and for the ability here is the news media.
We have our problems, and all nations do. But where else would you rather be?
Right, and I think that everyone always comes together, especially for holidays like this. You know, and locally, anyways. I mean, nationally, that's a whole different story. But you know, here within Chautauqua County and Cattaraugus County, and
we're one people.
And everyone enjoys it.
And I understand the Washington festivities were fantastic
this
year. I
didn't get to see and I got to the Macy's fireworks display was pretty good. I mean, they spent so much money on it that sure it was good, but it looked good from my couch last night anyway. So, coming up, a lot more local news to tell you about with the 4th of July festivities expected to continue into this weekend. Some tips on how to keep your family safe and keep all your fingers.
But first, how state officials are trying to make traveling this weekend a little easier. Off to you, Dakota.
And the high yesterday was 84 degrees, but oh, it felt a whole lot warmer than that when you added that humidity in there, and we're going to deal with it for a couple more days, but some relief is on the way. We'll talk about it coming up next as WNY News Now continues in a minute.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And happening now, New York State has halted highway and bridge construction projects to make it easier for motorists to get to their destinations during this extended 4th of July holiday. Governor Andrew Cuomo says most construction-related lanes closures will be suspended through Monday morning. Now, some essential or emergency work could continue, though officials say they want to keep disruptions to a minimum to ease traffic flow around the state. The holiday is often one of the busiest times of the year on New York highways. Cuomo also reminds motorists to prioritize safety by remaining alert, sober, and focused when behind the wheel. AAA estimates that a record 48.9 million Americans will travel 50 miles or farther for this year's Independence Day holiday.
In another news, Facebook wants to stop bogus health claims from spreading. The social media giant said this week that the new rules will apply to posts like miracle cures, magic weight loss pills, which I need, and anti-vaccine arguments based on unsound health claims. Rather than removing sensational health posts outright, Facebook will change the way they're ranked in news feeds so fewer people see them. The posts will instead show up lower in news feeds. It's similar to what Facebook does to limit the influence by clickbait posted by publishers. Other platforms have also been criticized for its part in spreading health misinformation, particularly about vaccines. Facebook announced in March that it was working to reduce the amount of anti-vax content on its platforms.
Well, a new study suggests lower income and incarceration may be contributing to drug-related deaths across the nation. The study looked into drug deaths in more than 2,600 counties in the United States over more than 30 years. And it showed drug-related deaths go up when income declines, and more people are locked up. However, more research is needed to determine if those two factors cause an increase in drug deaths. A senior author of the study says the research still makes a strong argument for medicalization nor criminalization or hard drugs. Now, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 130 people die every day in the U.S. from an opioid overdose. The new study came out Wednesday in the journal Lancet Public Health.
And fireworks are synonymous with the 4th of July. Unfortunately, so are fireworks-related injuries. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, firework-related injuries killed at least 5 people and sent more than 9,000 to emergency rooms just last year. Steve Naines has some tips on staying safe in today's Health Minute.
Setting off fireworks is a blast, but doing it unsafely can spark trouble.
We see burns, we see penetrating wounds.
Children are especially vulnerable.
We're going to see potentially very deep burns because they don't have the quick reflex time that an adult might have to take their hand away.
Experts tell parents to only use legal fireworks, read and follow all warning labels, and never let children play with or ignite fireworks.
You don't give children matches, you don't give them candles to play with. So you need to think of a sparkler in the same type of circumstance.
You also want to make sure other people are out of range. Light one at a time and keep a bucket of water or hose nearby in case of fire or malfunction.
It's really important to have a sober, responsible adult in charge of all firework-related activities. You know, fireworks are safe when they're used properly.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Steve Nannis.
Steve, thank you and happy 4th of July.
You know, that is certainly good tips. I think that a lot of people probably, even though the high-range fireworks are illegal in New York State, obviously city code says you can't fire them off in the city of Jamestown. But if you live in somewhere like Ellington or Gary, whatnot, a lot of those places don't have laws against, say, things like sparklers and certain type of bottle rockets
are
and
legal.
things. Yeah, legal in Jamestown, but
Bottle rockets aren't.
And the thing is, like, I see where people, it's such a fine line, because it's like if you're smart about it and you keep it stored safely and you don't blow off your finger, it's like, okay, enjoy the day. But then there's always that one person who seems like they take advantage of it and they point a firework at someone, and I think that's for any type of topic. It's just going to happen.
Well, it involves common sense. I know of an incident years ago where a mutual friend, we were throwing snowballs at each other with firecrackers in them.
Oh.
And you'd light the firecracker and then throw the snowball. And his stuck to his mitten and went off right next to his ear.
Ooh.
And he couldn't hear for 45 minutes.
Wow.
All he heard was, boo.
Really?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I guess if you engage in that kind of activity, it's like that's the consequence.
We were kids, we were stupid. But yeah, it does seem like, I'm not a big fan of fireworks to begin with because of the pollution. But it does seem, I saw one years ago where they all went off at once from the ground. The thing caught fire. And so you had an entire 40 minutes worth of fireworks all go off at once.
Right.
And it was the hottest 50 seconds of action I'd ever seen. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, because they can be dangerous.
Right, absolutely. And there are a number of professional displays out there as a great alternative for people. So. Well, happy Friday, everyone. It's the Friday that feels like a Monday for some of us, I suppose.
Yes.
Certainly does for me.
Every day feels like a Monday for me.
But it's also a Friday. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which means we'll have 2 Mondays this week. I'm depressed now.
But no, so hopefully you're gearing up for a pretty good weekend ahead with family, friends, and maybe a little bit more Independence Day festivities as well. Saying hello to Stacy. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in today. Andrew, good afternoon to you. Renee, hello to you. Donna is here. Chuck, thank you very much.
Renee
Chuck
makes a good point there. As humid as it's been, your pets feel that too. So make sure they're in the shade. If they're outside pets, make sure they're getting water, indoor and outdoor pets. Got to take care of the furry family members in this humidity.
Absolutely, and that's the same thing. Like if you leave, you hear these stories, the horrible stories of people leaving their children in the car. Pets just as important as well. Don't make sure you check that back seat and you give them water and shade and all of that. So good point, Renee. And Chuck, thank you for those kind words. Hopefully you are doing well. And hello to David. Certainly is a freaky Friday out there. Hopefully you are resting as well. Samantha, hello to you. Coming up next, speaking of that heat and humidity, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's here with a look at how long it will last in our weekend forecast.
And later we check in with a big golf tournament happening at Peak and Peak right now. The details are next in sports.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story: a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And it certainly was a wet 4th of July. Here are the official rainfall totals over the past 24 hours. Little Valley, 2.11 inches. There actually was some flooding problems that occurred out in parts of Cat County on Thursday. The gauge at the river, 1.66 inches. Kennedy, 1.05. The airport officially a little more than half an inch, and Olean half an inch on the nose there. So we had a lot of rain that came down in some spots. But the good news is the rain did help cool us down a little bit. These were the high temperatures yesterday before the rain. 84 degrees in Jamestown, 85 Dunkirk, 87 in Olean, and Rochester officially hit 90 degrees for the first time this year. But when you factored in the humidity, it felt a whole lot warmer. These were the peak heat indices across the region yesterday. 93 Rochester, 90 Buffalo, 87 Dunkirk, 88 Jamestown, 89 Erie, and the heat indices are going to be a little bit more worse today. But the good news is after today, we start to push a cold front through the area Sunday, especially Sunday night going into on Saturday night going into Sunday. And look at these humidity values dip way off into the 60s and the 50s. So the comfies are returning after the muggies. Rory just mentioned it going to break. The Lecom Health Golf Challenge going on at Peak and Peak. Again, chance for a few scattered rain showers through the afternoon. Temperatures into the lower to mid 80s. But if you do see a storm out here, that will lower the actual air temperature, but that's not going to make it feel any less humid. All it does is spike the humidity, but at least it will be a little bit cooler out there. News now, Cam, we have a few clouds dotting the sky over downtown Jamestown right now. It's 81 already at noon hour at the Jamestown Airport. Southeast wind to 6. There's that dreaded humidity value, that dew point is 73. That creates a heat index of 86 degrees. That's what it feels like when you walk outside today. So heat indices will be pretty much in the upper 80s to lower 90s today. Here's First Defense Doppler. Look at these scattered showers and storms starting to flare across the southern tier today, and this is going to be the case. Almost the same thing as yesterday. Scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms, and you know how they work. They pop up at random times through the day and fall apart throughout the afternoon. Now, because of the heat indices up here, there is a heat advisory up here. Pretty much, it's near the Lake Ontario shoreline, and this is where heat indices could reach 95 degrees plus. That's the that's the advisory criteria, 95-degree heat index by the Weather Service in Buffalo. Here's what's going on. We got a cold front that's actually right about in here that's going to be moving our way tomorrow. And you know what that does? Cooler air and cooler humidity. So here's future scan through the day. You can see the model shows these pop-up showers and storms. Again, the radar is not going to look exactly like this. They pop up and fall apart at random times through the afternoon. They will ultimately die down late tonight, few leftover lingering showers, and then tomorrow as that cold front approaches, scattered showers and storms. This is going to be our best chance, I believe, of rain. It's going to be tomorrow, at least in overall coverage area. And then as we go into Sunday, the rain clears out, leading to a great and comfy Sunday. So showers and storms tonight, very muggy, otherwise mostly cloudy, lingering 66, 72, not dipping off too much, and there's your reason why, with the south wind averaging around 3 to 6. The next 7 days are coming up. 80 on Saturday, 79 Sunday. Cooler and less humid air arrives for early next week, and look at that, several consecutive days of sunshine. We'll take that. Sports is next. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Rejoice, sports fans! It is Friday. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Happening right now, the 2019 PGA LECOM Health Challenge is continuing play. As of 12:20 p.m., American golfer Will Cannon is in the lead with a score of 11 under, one stroke ahead of three other competitors. Taking place at Peak & Peak Resort Upper Course in Clymer, New York, the total purse for this challenge is $600,000. The LECOM Health Challenge is being televised on the Golf Channel. On Sunday, from noon until 6 p.m., the 14 and under Babe Ruth All-Star team will be teaming up with Basil and Bones for a chicken barbecue dinner fundraiser. The fundraiser is to help pay for travel expenses for the All-Star team's Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament in Hamilton, New Jersey in 2 weeks' time on July 19th. A meal will consist of half of a chicken with a choice of 2 sides and a dinner roll. Side dishes which will be available are baked beans, corn on the cob, macaroni salad, potato salad, and pasta salad. The fundraiser will take place at the parking lot of Raymore and Flanagan. Tonight, with a 7:10 first pitch, the New York Yankees are on the road against the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 2 of a 3-game road series. Winners of the first game 8-4 on Independence Day. The Yanks are top in the AL East at 56-29, 7.5 games ahead of the second-place Rays. Tampa is currently 50-38 this season. Masahiro Tanaka will be on the mound for the Yanks against Brendan McKay for Tampa. The game will be televised on the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Justin and Rory, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, you might want to turn away from this next one if you can't stomach someone stuffing their face with dozens of hot dogs. But this guy certainly can. In fact, Joey Chestnut is a professional. This is Chestnut's 12th win at this year's Nathan's Famous International Hot Dog Eating Contest at Coney Island in Brooklyn. That took place yesterday. He ate a total of 71 whole hot dogs in just 10 minutes' time, taking home the coveted mustard belt. Now, the 35-year-old's nickname is Jaws. He actually holds the record for eating the most in this competition. Now, last year, he consumed a total of 74 hot dogs and buns. Pretty darn amazing.
Have you ever had a Nathan's?
I have,
I
yes.
love Nathan's
They're
hot
pretty good.
dogs. I couldn't eat 71 of them in 10 minutes.
I like Nathan's and Salem's hot dogs.
Salem's are good.
Pretty good,
Salem's
too.
are good.
So,
I like the all beef, the Angus ballpark.
Yeah, those are pretty good, too.
I just buy whatever's the cheapest.
I don't know, Dakota. I don't think anyone really could shove that many hot dogs, though.
All right.
It seems kind of crazy to me.
I could maybe do 71 Vienna sausages in 10 minutes because they're this big.
Yeah.
They told me in my ear not to go off on a big rant, but I gotta say it. Am I the only one who thinks that is disgusting?
No, it's
Who in their mind is gonna? Why?
I think of the aftermath and say, I can't deal with it.
Don't they dip them in water?
Well, that makes the bun easier to
It's
go
just
down.
like pie eating contests and stuff. All these eating contests are gross and disgusting.
I mean, good for him. I'm glad he's doing this, but it's
still,
like
it's just nasty.
I don't know. I agree. It's kind of gross. It's like if just the wet bun. It doesn't seem right to me. But.
I mean, 3 hot dogs, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's fine. A little bit of relish, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mustard, maybe some hot sauce.
Little Johnny sauce on there, I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so bonfire forecast for tomorrow, because we know a lot of people are going to be having bonfires for the 4th of July weekend. Not looking all that great. Scattered showers and storms through the evening and especially through the nighttime hours. So again, we'll see if we can clear out the rain for any of your bonfires, but it's not looking all that great. 7-day, at least on Saturday, we're pushing a cold front through the area, which means cooler air and less humid as well. Several consecutive days of sunshine. We'll take it. Next chance of rain is until next Thursday.
Alrighty, sounds good. Dakota, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That'll do it for us today. We'll leave you with a live look of Birders Bay, and it kind of looks a little hazy out there right now.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of haze.
Yeah.
Water doesn't look too choppy, though.
No, not too bad of a day. Going to be warm, so make sure you
go into an air-conditioned room, drink plenty of water, stay inside during the hottest part of the day.
You're a good boy, Dakota.
I've seen fishing in my future. I'm going to see if I can cast into the lake from under the little building they have out there, the little gazebo.
You probably could cast from this camera. Who knows?
Yeah.
We are back on Monday. News, of course, 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and available on our exclusive mobile app. You can download it right now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. It's free. Have a great 4th of July weekend, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.